Hi there. My name is Declan Fitzpatrick, and I'm a counsellor and psychotherapist, and I've been working in private practice for just about 10 years now. And I wanted to do a series of video blogs about counselling, about what counselling is, about how counselling can help, and about the different kinds of counselling and therapy that are available out there, some of the different theoretical schools. What I wanted to talk about today really was just about the whole concept of counselling and what it is and what it isn't, and maybe allay some fears that people may have around it and answer some questions also. What counselling and therapy are not is some kind of mind reading exercise where you go in and meet with somebody who is able to read your mind and analyse you and tell you what's wrong. That's really not what it is at all. And at its core, I suppose, what counselling and therapy are an exercise where one person meets with another and tries to discuss the difficulties of human existence and all the problems that come with that. And together they try to find solutions, find answers, find a way of being that is less difficult, maybe helps alleviate some suffering that the person might be experiencing, and overall adds to the quality of life of an individual. Um, and basically, that's really what it is at its core, one person trying to help another and share the experience of what that person is going through and trying to alleviate some of the difficulty that they might be experiencing. Some of the main issues, I suppose, that counselling deals with are issues like depression, people struggling with depression, anxiety, people experiencing a lot of anxiety in their life, relationship issues, whether it be a romantic relationship, marriage, or even just how to conduct friendships in a better, healthier way. Counselling can be very useful for exploring those issues. Uh, Career issues, exploring where you may be in your career if you're feeling a little bit stuck. And also just a general sense. Some people struggle with a general sense of unhappiness or unease and are not quite sure why that is. And therapy can be very useful in trying to figure out that feeling and trying to get to the root of it and understanding what's going on. There are many different types of counselling out there, different schools, the different theoretical approaches. I suppose the three main ones that are around, and the three main ones that I'm familiar with, are CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, psychodynamic counselling, which is it's been around for quite a long time, and person-centered therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is probably one of the best known. It's one of the younger ones, if I can use that term, and that it's only been around for about maybe 30 or 40 years. The others have been around a bit longer. And basically what cognitive behavioral therapy seeks to do is to examine how we think and how we see the world around us and how that influences our behavior and how we feel. Sometimes how we think about things can dictate how we behave, and that in turn can determine how we feel. So if our thinking is a little off, it might be a little bit negative, it might be a little bit self-critical, that can have a huge bearing on how we behave and how we feel about ourselves in the world. And by looking at that and tweaking it, that can make a huge difference to somebody's experience, really. So the psychodynamic approach is a bit more I suppose it's more traditional in that it's been around a long time. Would have been first developed by a guy called Freud. Many of you will probably be familiar with him or heard his name. And really, I suppose at its core, what psychodynamics seeks to tease out is how early experiences in life, as children, as young people, um, and what we experience then and how we related to others around us may continue to influence us today. And looking at some of those issues can be very useful in teasing out how we relate to others now. And in learning a bit more about ourselves, understanding sometimes how we do what we do and why we feel how we feel and react how we react. So that can be very useful to help us explore those issues and to get a bit more understanding around them. The person-centered approach was developed by a guy called Carl Rogers. And really what that seeks to do, it's a kind of a gentle form of counselling which puts the client at the centre of it, hence the name, and really says that the client themselves can determine their own direction and can come up with their own answers really to the problems that they have in their own life. It's really about helping the person to grow and to become whatever it is they wish to become, and thereby having a healthier, more enjoyable, better quality of life, and a more rounded experience, I suppose. The way that I work is what I call an integrated approach, an integrative approach, where really I draw from aspects of all those three: CBT, psychodynamic, and person-centered. I don't have a rigid approach. I don't follow one of them rigidly. I use aspects of all three in my own clinical work. In my clinical work over the last 10 years, I've helped many people deal with issues such as depression and anxiety and addiction and relationship problems. So what I would urge anybody to do out there who's thinking about where they are in life and maybe concerned about one or two issues is don't hesitate to get in touch. Arklow Avalon Counselling, we're based in Arklow, but we also have offices in Dublin. So don't be afraid to give us a call. Get in touch by email or by phone, and we'll have somebody to get back to you and to take it from there. Okay, thanks for your time.